In life, the truth is often hidden beneath silence, subtle gestures, and half-spoken words. Human beings rarely reveal what they truly feel, and nowhere is this more evident than in the dance of attraction. A woman may feel deeply for you, may admire you, may even crave your presence, yet instead of showing it openly, she hides it behind restraint, behind mystery, behind a veil of quiet signals. Why? Because human desire is never simple. It is layered, fragile, and often concealed in order to protect the heart. Albert Camus, the philosopher of the absurd, once said that life itself is a constant confrontation with contradictions. We long for meaning in a universe that often refuses to give it. And in the same way, when a woman likes you but tries not to show it, her actions may seem absurd, contradictory, and confusing. But if you know how to read between the lines, you'll see the truth shining through. Today we will explore the hidden signs a woman gives when she likes you, but attempts to conceal her feelings. Each sign will reveal something deeper, not only about female psychology, but also about the timeless human struggle to reconcile desire with fear. And through the wisdom of Albert Camus, we will discover how to embrace these contradictions, stand strong in our self-worth, and never lose sight of our dignity in the face of uncertainty. Her silence speaks louder than words. Camus believed that silence is not empty, but full of meaning. A woman who likes you but tries not to show it may never confess her feelings directly. She might avoid saying the words, avoid obvious compliments, or even act indifferent in conversation. But her silence is rarely neutral. Look closely, and you will see that her quietness is filled with weight. She will notice the little details about you without ever pointing them out. She will remember things you said weeks ago even though she pretends she doesn't care. She will create moments of stillness around you, moments where her eyes linger just a bit too long, where she becomes hyper-aware of her presence in your space, where her heart is speaking louder than her mouth. Camus wrote about the absurd hero, who faces life's contradictions with calm acceptance. In the same way, you must learn not to be frustrated by her silence. Instead, see it for what it is, a protective mask. Women often hide their feelings because showing vulnerability risks rejection. Yet in her silence, in the small pauses, in the nervous laughter, in the way her words trail off, her attraction reveals itself. Do not chase her words. Observe her actions. Do not demand her confession. Notice the hesitation in her voice. Silence, when charged with feeling, becomes the loudest sign of all. The contradiction of distance and nearness. Camus taught that life itself is a paradox. We are drawn to meaning and yet confronted with its absence. Likewise, when a woman likes you but tries not to show it, she will create a paradox of distance and nearness. One moment she is close, finding excuses to be in your presence, brushing past you in subtle ways, laughing at your jokes a little, too quickly. The next moment she is distant and cold, guarded, even dismissive. This back and forth is not random, it is a strategy. She wants to be near you because her heart pulls her toward you. But at the same time, she pulls away to test your strength, to see if you will crumble, to protect herself from the fear of being exposed. This contradiction is her way of balancing desire with self-defense. Camus once said that in the face of absurdity, we must imagine Sisyphus happy as he pushes his rock uphill. What does this mean for you? It means you must not be shaken by her contradictions. When she pulls close, enjoy the warmth without clinging. When she pulls away, remain calm and steady. Her attraction is real, even if she hides it behind distance. Woman's attempt to act indifferent is often the clearest sign she cares. If she truly felt nothing, she would not need to hide, to pull back, to disguise her emotions. Indifference is effortless, but pretending indifference takes effort. And that effort, that struggle, is proof of hidden affection. So remember, her distance is not rejection, but protection. Her nearness is not an accident, but attraction. By staying balanced, by embodying calmness, by refusing to chase or collapse, under pressure you reveal yourself as a man of strength. And it is this strength, quiet, steady, unshaken, that deepens her attraction even more. Camus once wrote that the human face is a landscape of truth. Words can deceive, gestures can be calculated, but the eyes remain brutally honest. A woman who likes you, yet tries not to show it, may never admit her feelings with speech. She may even try to act indifferent, but her eyes will betray her. Notice how her gaze behaves around you. She may look at you often when she thinks you aren't watching, yet quickly look away when your eyes meet. She may hold your gaze for a second too long, as though time itself has slowed in that brief connection. She may glance at you across a room, and in that fleeting glance lies the weight of 1,000 unspoken emotions. Camus taught us that the beauty of existence lies in its contradictions, the desire to connect clashing with the fear of vulnerability. Her eyes embody that contradiction. They reveal her desire, but her quick avoidance reveals her hesitation. When she likes you, she cannot fully control them. Even if her words are cold, her eyes will shine with warmth. Even if she tries to appear detached, her gaze will linger with longing. Do not underestimate the power of this signal. Unlike rehearsed lines or forced gestures, the eyes are spontaneous. They are windows to the soul, and when you learn to read them, you will uncover truths she is trying desperately to hide. Remember, a woman who feels nothing will look at you the same way she looks at everyone else. But a woman who likes you will look at you as though you matter more than you know. Part 4. The Subtle Touch of Presence. Albert Camus believed that to live authentically, we must embrace presence, the raw, undeniable reality of being here, now. A woman who likes you but hides her feelings often reveals herself not with words but with presence. She will find ways to exist in your space. She may show up at places where she knows you'll be. She may linger longer in conversations, even if she pretends she's only casually there. She may subtly position herself near you in a group, as if drawn by an invisible force. Presence is never accidental. When a woman invests her time and energy to be near you, it is because something inside her wants to feel your energy. She may not declare it. She may disguise it as coincidence or circumstance. But coincidences rarely happen this often. Camus reminded us that even in an indifferent universe, we create meaning through our actions. Her presence is her action. It is her unspoken confession. Watch how she behaves when you are close. Does she mirror your movements without realizing it? Does she adjust her hair, her clothes, or her posture in your presence? These are signs of subconscious attraction. When she likes you, her body betrays her mind's restraint. She may avoid direct expression, but her nearness, her constant orbit around you, reveals the truth. But here is the important part. You must not become desperate for her presence, nor should you chase it. Instead, recognize it with quiet confidence. Camus wrote that to live is to embrace the absurd without demanding resolution. So do not demand she confess. Let her presence be enough evidence, and let your calmness magnify her attraction. Part 5. Her jealousy. Disguised as indifference. One of the most powerful signs that a woman likes you but tries not to show it is her hidden jealousy. Camus spoke often about human contradiction, how we desire freedom but also crave attachment. A woman may want to appear detached, independent, untouched by feelings. Yet when she sees you giving attention to another woman, her mask begins to crack. She may not admit she feels jealous, but her behavior will reveal it. Perhaps she suddenly grows distant, giving short replies where she was once engaged. Perhaps she mocks the other woman in subtle ways. Perhaps she suddenly becomes more talkative with other men in your presence, not because she is interested in them, but because she wants to provoke a reaction in you. This is not manipulation in its darkest sense. It is the natural defense of a heart that fears exposure. Camus believed that human beings constantly wrestle with the absurd tension between wanting love and fearing rejection. Her jealousy is proof of that struggle. She likes you, but she fears that admitting it will make her vulnerable. So she hides behind the shield of indifference while her emotions surge beneath the surface. Do not respond to her jealousy with anger or neediness. Instead, embody the calm strength Camus admired. Recognize it as a sign of hidden attraction, but do not feed it with insecurity. Instead, remain steady. Show her, through your calm composure, that you are a man who cannot be shaken by tests or games. In time, her attempts at indifference will collapse under the weight of her true feelings. And remember this: if she did not care at all, she would not feel jealousy. True indifference produces no reaction. But the fact that she notices where your attention goes, the fact that she tries to disguise her unease, the fact that her energy shifts when another woman is near, all of these are proof that her heart is engaged, even if her pride resists admitting it. Albert Camus believed that human beings are defined by their curiosity, our constant need to seek meaning in a world that often refuses to give it. In relationships, this same curiosity manifests in subtle ways. A woman who likes you but tries not to show it will often express her attraction through questions, though not always directly about love. She may ask about your day, your passions, your family, or your ambitions. She may disguise her questions as casual conversation, yet the truth is she wants to know who you are beneath the surface. Her inquiries are not random. They are a reflection of her hidden investment. She is searching for a place in your story, for a connection to your world. But notice carefully. She will often downplay her interest. She might phrase her curiosity in neutral tones or pretend she is simply making small talk. Still, the persistence of her questions reveals the depth of her feelings. A woman who feels nothing will not seek to know you. She will remain polite, distant, or distracted. But the one who likes you cannot resist uncovering your inner world. Camus reminded us that in the face of life's absurdity, the pursuit of meaning is an act of rebellion. When she questions you, she too is rebelling against her own restraint. She wants to remain hidden, but her heart pulls her into your life through curiosity. Each question is a thread, and together they weave the silent fabric of her affection. For you, the lesson is simple. Answer with calm honesty, but do not seek her approval. Share your truth not to impress her, but because you live authentically. Camus valued the courage to exist without masks. So reveal your life without performance. This quiet strength will not only satisfy her curiosity, but also deepen her attraction. Part 7. The Energy Shift. When you withdraw. Camus spoke of the human need for balance, how we live between the desire for connection and the inevitability of separation. One of the strongest signs that a woman likes you, even while trying to hide it, is the way her energy changes when you withdraw. If you reduce your attention, she notices. If you step back, her silence grows heavier. If you give your focus elsewhere, her mood shifts. She may try to disguise this shift under a calm exterior, but energy is difficult to fake. A woman who feels nothing will not react to your absence, but a woman who likes you will feel the void you leave behind. Perhaps she will suddenly initiate conversation after days of holding back. Perhaps she will engage you in small ways, asking simple questions or sending casual messages, as if to test the waters. Perhaps she will act colder on the surface, but her frustration leaks through in her tone or gestures. Camus wrote that even in the face of an indifferent universe, human beings can create meaning through their actions. Her reaction to your withdrawal is one such creation. It is proof that your presence matters. She may not confess it, but her behavior betrays her. The lesson here is vital. Never chase when she pulls back. Instead, stand in your own strength. If she values you, she will feel your absence and adjust. Camus believed that dignity is preserved when we refuse to collapse under pressure. Show her that you are complete with or without her open affection. This self-possession is not arrogance. It is authenticity. And authenticity is magnetic. Ending. The power of seeing without chasing. Albert Camus taught that life is absurd, but that we must embrace it without despair. The same lesson applies to relationships and attraction. A woman may like you deeply, yet hide her feelings out of fear, pride, or uncertainty. Her signals may be subtle: silence, contradictions, glances, presence, jealousy, questions, or shifts in energy. To the untrained eye, these signs seem confusing, but to the man who observes with calm strength, they are clear as day. The mistake many men make is to chase, to demand clarity, to pressure a woman into confession. But Camus reminds us that dignity lies in acceptance, in facing contradictions without losing balance. You do not need to force her to admit her feelings. Instead, stand firm. Let her reveal herself in her own time. The power lies not in chasing, but in seeing. Understand this truth. Attraction thrives in mystery. If you remain composed, confident, and patient, her attempts to hide her feelings will only intensify her desire. The more she tries to conceal, the more her actions will betray her. And the more you embody calm strength, the more irresistible you become. So remember Camus' lesson: live fully, embrace contradictions, and walk through life with dignity. Do not fear what is hidden. Do not beg for validation. Instead, recognize the signs, honor your worth, and allow love to unfold naturally. Because in the end, the strongest man is not the one who chases affection, but the one who inspires it without ever needing to ask.